Chapter 2. What Remained. The first impact shook the floor hard enough to throw me against the bulkhead. Not a warning strike, not a misfire. A real one. The lights dimmed, then surged back, flickering like they were deciding whether they wanted to stay alive. Someone screamed down the corridor. I couldn't tell who. I didn't stop to look. I was supposed to be in maintenance section C. My family was 3 levels down on the civilian ring. I ran. The station alarms didn't say attack. They never did. They just repeated evacuation protocols in a calm, synthetic voice that felt almost cruel in moments like this. Another impact, closer this time. The deck plates groaned, dust spilled from the ceiling like falling ash. I remember thinking very clearly that this was it. That this was how it ended. Not with soldiers, not with resistance, just crews and families and nowhere to run. The bombardment didn't stop right away. But something changed. The rhythm broke. Impacts that should have landed didn't. Explosions meant for the surface never came. I didn't understand it then. None of us did. By the time I reached the lower access junction, the alarms had gone quiet. Not silenced. Ended. Like someone had simply turned them off. Outside the viewport, the sky was full of ships. Not the ones that had been firing. These were different. Still, perfectly positioned between us and everything that had tried to kill us. We barely had enough food to feed ourselves before any of this. Barely enough to keep the lights on. Barely enough to pretend tomorrow was stable. The sky started burning. When it stopped, the first thing to land wasn't people. It was machines. They didn't ask what we needed. They already knew. Power, water, food distribution. Enough for us to be able to fully recover and sustain ourselves for a little bit longer than before this. Things we'd been fighting over before the bombardment began. Things we were too tired to argue about afterward. They worked without ceremony. No voices, no flags, just systems checking systems. And for the first time since the alarm started, the ground felt like it might hold. They didn't broadcast threats. They didn't demand surrender. They didn't even acknowledge us. They just stayed. Someone near me whispered that we were being occupied. Someone else said that this was worse, that we were being claimed. But minutes passed, then more. Nothing happened. No landings, no troops, no orders. Only later did we learn that the attackers were gone, removed, contained. The ships remained long enough for systems to stabilize, for power to normalize, for people like me to find our families and hold them like we'd never let go again. Then they left. No farewell, no explanation, just absence. In the days that followed, rumors spread faster than facts. Ancient watchers, silent guardians, a species we had never noticed because they had never needed us to. The officials called it an intervention, a preventive action. I don't know what to call it. I only know that something powerful enough to erase a fleet had chosen not to touch us at all. And that meant one thing. They had been watching long before we ever knew to be afraid.